Good times at bars, clubs, fraternities, and even reunions are qualities for which WSU is recognized throughout the state by students. Here on campus, on Greek Road, where most of the fraternities and sororities are, is where senior Kat Rowley was supposed to have the time of her life having fun with her friends, but she didn't imagine that after one night, everything would change.
Next morning comes around and I feel horrible, like worse than worse, like terrible. And she said, "I think you got drugged last night." And I was like, "Yeah, I definitely think I did too."
That night, Kat was drugged. She was just a freshman trying to go out and make new friends. That's when she met a guy and her nightmare began.
Unfortunately, he was not necessarily looking to be a friend. He was like, "Oh, take a sip of this." It was a thing of vodka, and I was like, okay. So I did, and then I noticed him put that like to the side, and they took an identical bottle out behind his back, and they started drinking that. And no one else was touching the bottle that I had just had anything from. I don't really remember anything. I remember saying, "I don't feel good and I want to go home." He's like, "Oh, I'll walk you home." So I go home he like helped me up the stairs because apparently I couldn't walk. And he was trying to like take my clothes off, like stuff like that.
She was roofied. This drug causes trouble controlling your muscles, amnesia, loss of inhibitions, and loss of consciousness. Its effects usually start within 30 minutes and peak about 2 hours after you take it. As little as 1 milligram can affect you for 8 to 12 hours. Police say there are no records of girls being roofied in Pullman.
In the last several years, we do not have any confirmed instances where rohypnol has been used.
But several women, including senior Jordan Eisler, say the opposite.
I know that at a lot of the more aggressive fraternities, that they literally design their parties and their like social gatherings, whatever they do, based around roofing girls.
Christina Flynn, a sophomore, tells the story of how her own sister got roofied as well.
So they got shots from the bar from I think 2 men. My sister took her shot and she said she doesn't remember it. She remembers like 5 minutes after taking that shot and then nothing else after that she remembers. She doesn't remember walking out of the bathroom or going down the stairs. They had to put her into the car, but she was like a limp noodle. So they had to get like 2 strangers to pick her up and put her in the car. So she tried to open the car door and she was so limp, she just fell out of the car like face first onto the concrete.
2 other girls that requested not to be on camera said that during Silly Week, they were roofied at frats.
Here at Greek Row, this is where most cases of girls getting roofied happens all the time. Where people are supposed to have fun at clubs, bars, and frats doesn't go always as planned. Assaulters typically spikes victims' drinks with the drugs so they can disable them. But how is it possible and be so easy for the assaulter to go unnoticed? Please let me go and show you how they do it so you can be aware of this situation. Now let me show you how easy it is for assaulters to put the rohypnol, better known as roofie, into someone else's drink.
The assaulters make their movements so fast that it's almost imperceptible to notice when they spike the drug into your cup. Now let's take a closer view and see their movements in slow motion. And you can see how they put the pill in your glass so fast and smooth without you even noticing.
The roofie can come in any shape, size, form, or color. Apart from being easily dissolvable, it is tasteless and odorless, which makes it so much difficult to know if your drink has been roofied.
Assaulters also crush the roofie so they can put it in your drink as a powder to dissolve faster. In this experiment, it can be seen as if the roofie is put into a colored drink, either liquid or in powder form. It is imperceptible to the human eye from anywhere and goes unnoticed. So if you think you've gotten roofied, immediately call your friends and the police.
If someone were administered a drug without their knowledge, that also would be considered an assault, even if they were not sexually assaulted when that happened, and we would gladly investigate those if they were reported.
For those looking for psychological help, you can call the National Sexual Assault Hotline at any time. No matter how much you drank or what drugs you took, sexual assault is never your fault. Always remember to take care of your drinks and your friends when going out. And also, a better place for that coaster is directly over the mouth of your cup.
Throwing out a drink, at a bar is not worth your life or getting sexually assaulted.
This is Alfonso Valdivia in Pullman, Moore News 8.